Hey, Robin here from the Imaging Center of Eastern Oklahoma, and I want to just jump on here real quick and do a short video and to kind of give you an idea more about what thermography is. I know a lot of people want to know exactly how is it going to benefit me, what can I learn from it, is it really just a fluke thing out there that's a trend that's going around, because a lot of people are hearing about it and asking about it. And so I just want to kind of give you a highlight about it, what it is. It's really useful in looking for inflammation, finding cancers. And we don't diagnose cancer, but what it does is it looks for heat or the lack of heat in an area of your body. So it can tell impingement, like if there is something impinging and causing cooling down of the skin temperature, or if there's something heating up the skin temperature. It's basically a infrared camera that searches for heat just like any other infrared camera. It's medical grade. It's more detailed. It has so many pixels that can change the degree of temperature per pixel. It picks all of that up, so it's very precise and very detailed. And we send all of the images that we take to an MD who is certified in thermology, and he's also a board certified medical doctor. And so anyway, with this client that I had, she was supposed to have a breast biopsy because she had some suspicious mammograms. And so she had a mammogram April of 2016 was her last mammogram. She then went in on November the 8th of 2018 and had a mammogram. Cancer runs in her family, so she really needs to be screened diligently to make sure. And so on the 8th, she gave me permission to read part of her report. And so she had a bilateral 3D mammogram, and it said indeterminate microcalcification cluster in the superior right breast. Right magnification, MLO, and CC views are recommended. I didn't mean to read that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean a whole lot to y'all. Anyway, her BI-RADS category was a 0, which means it needs further workup. And if you don't know what BI-RADS is, it's a system established by the American College of Radiology, and it is a rating basically for what they find. And it says stands for Breast Imaging Reporting and Data System. And so she had a BI-RADS of 0. And 0 means needs further workup. 1 means negative. 2 is benign. 3 is probably benign. 3 also needs short-term follow-up, which means don't wait another year or two to get follow-up. You need to go on and have something done shortly. And then 4 means possibly malignant, and 5 is malignant. And so that was her report on November the 8th. They wanted her back on November 15th to have her right breast done only. And I want to say she said she went in and had her right breast done on the 8th, but I'm not positive about that. She said 3 mammograms, but she sent me 2 reports. So anyway, she had the one on the 8th, and then on the 15th when they went in, they only did the right breast, and it says suspicious calcifications in the upper outer right breast. Stereotactic biopsy is recommended. Category 4. Now, so she's gone from a needs further workup to a category 4. And as you remember, category 4 means possibly malignant. And so they wanted her to have a stereotactic biopsy, and they scheduled it. This was on the 15th. They scheduled her biopsy for the 20th. When I spoke to her, it was after the 15th, but before the 20th, so we decided to do a breast thermogram on her, and we did that on the 19th. And on the 20th, she went in, had her biopsy. I called her the evening of the 20th, or the afternoon, after I got her report back from our physicians, and I told her that I was praying that the results that I got were true, because her they said nothing's there. They didn't see anything to be worried about. And so that was, of course, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving when she had her biopsy. So, of course, nothing's going to happen on Wednesday. Well, they couldn't do it in 24 hours anyway. But then the next day was Thanksgiving, so then she had to wait another day. And she said she finally was able to track down the results of her biopsy. And the results were, when they did the biopsy, they said they had multiple calcifications are present within the biopsy cores, and they did successful biopsy of calcifications. Now her report, that was the report for when they actually did the biopsy. Her results from the biopsy said benign breast tissue with microscopic calcification. So this is one example of overdiagnosing, and I've spoken to this previously in other videos of where something is seen or suspicious on a mammogram and patients end up going through multiple mammograms and having biopsies and there's nothing there. And I'm not saying that mammograms are important. Mammograms are very important. People, even with what we do, you still need to have mammograms in conjunction. But this thermogram just kind of keeps an eye out for anything that's going on heat-wise. Cancer needs to feed off your blood system and your vascular system, so it produces heat as it's feeding off the vessels, and it's growing new vessels to help feed it, and all of that produces heat, which can show up on the surface of your skin. And so as some people want to call it a hot spot, but anyway, neither here nor there. This to me is just proof that what we do works, and I hate to see anyone who is possibly a candidate who might have cancer, who is not going out there and doing everything they can to get an early jump on it. I mean, you need to do everything you can to fight it. I mean, if you can find something early enough, and thermography can actually see those little micro, the heat that's happening, even with just microvascularization, it can start as early as 6 to 8 years before a tumor is ever seen or felt. The tumor may not ever be seen on mammogram until this thing is big enough, and thermography could have picked it up years before. So and we watch it, and people can change their diets, and they can do things to keep it from getting out of hand. And anyway, so that's just what I wanted to tell y'all about today, or for today, and I hope you have a great afternoon, and holler at me. My number is 918-649-5120. Or you can email me, contact@thermalimagingok.com. Contact@thermalimagingok.com. Yep, that's my email. Or you can get on my website, thermalimagingok.com, and there's a frequently asked questions section there you can look at if you have questions. If they're not answered, you can contact us through the form on there, or you can actually click the schedule an appointment. It will give you what there is that we do and the pricing. And the options are one region, which would be like just your breast or just your neck or just your hips or whatever. And then we would do half body, which is from the abdomen to your feet or from the abdomen to your head. And then we can also do full body, which of course is toes to head or head to toes. So anyway, hope you have a great day, and holler at me if you need any help or if you have questions.